It is a side effect to the hot weather, bad air in the valley. Look at that. Today's another Spare the Air Day in the valley, as well as other parts of Northern California. Thanks for joining us. That story tops News 10 at noon for Friday.
And if you've been outside, no doubt you've already seen it for yourself, the dirty gray air that's hanging over us. If you've ever considered public transportation, carpooling, or even riding your bike to get around, today is the day. It is another Spare the Air Day in the Sacramento region. That means unhealthy air quality. News 10's Dion Anglin joins us live to let us know exactly how bad it is and what it means to all of us. Dion?
Well, we hear it all the time, Spare the Air Day, and the important thing is that we take it very seriously and drive less when the air is bad. It's the 17th Spare the Air Day of the season in the Sacramento region, and the experts are forecasting an unhealthy 100 for the ozone high for today. If at all possible, postpone errands and other low priority trips in the car until tomorrow or even Sunday. But also consider the health hazards of breathing unhealthy air and stay indoors as much as possible because these conditions could linger.
Without the inversion layer breaking and without strong winds to come in and move everything out, all of the emissions that are out there now and all of the ozone that is produced today will hang around tomorrow. So day after day, and that's why we tend to have 2 to 3 day Spare the Air episodes.
Well, keep in mind, we don't see the highest level of ozone until the early afternoon or in the evening, so the worst air is yet to come. In Sacramento, Dion Anglin, News 10.
Well, perhaps we catch a break since tomorrow's a weekend. Maybe there won't be as many cars out on the road adding to all this. Let's hope. Thanks, Dion.
Well, a Spare the Air Day is bad enough, but couple that with triple-digit temperatures, and you've got the makings for perhaps a miserable day, and that's the way today is shaping up. Meteorologist Alyssa Lynn joining us live now from the State Fair to tell us just how hot it's going to get today. Alyssa?
One place to beat the heat and the poor air would be to come out to the California State Fair and stay indoors. We're in Building B. Now, Dion mentioned the Spare the Air situation. What you see outside is actually the nitrogen oxides. That's what makes it reddish brown. You can't see the ozone, and that's what makes the air so hazardous. It is a Spare the Air Day. Let's look at the current temperatures. Already at this noon hour, readings are in the mid to upper 80s. Sacramento's at 86, Stockton 85, Modesto right now 87 degrees. This is hotter than it was at noontime yesterday. Fairfield 83, the current reading, and at Tahoe 75. Now, the outlook for today is a forecast high of 102 degrees. Yesterday afternoon, it got to 100, and we're starting a warming trend that's going to last all weekend long. We'll have that 7-day forecast, and this one's going to last a few days. Dan and Jennifer, be back from the State Fair in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Alyssa. We'll get back to you then.
Something else to be concerned about. You can't see it and you can't smell it, but ozone air pollution is all around us today. Today is the 17th Spare the Air Day of the season so far in Sacramento, and air quality experts are urging people, all of us, to drive less. News 10's Dion Anglin is live in Sacramento with more on the unhealthy conditions. Dion?
Well, that's right. Much of the problem is whizzing by right behind me, and it's the main reason experts are driving home an important Save the Air message. It spews out from cars and trucks, and it's literally choking off the air we breathe.
Today is a Spare the Air Day.
Yeah, usually I'm aware of this kind of stuff. I'm an environmentalist, and I feel guilty now that I'm driving my car all by myself.
Bad air and hot temperatures. Another brutal day in Sacramento. But despite it all, some take in a lunchtime game of volleyball, while runners brave the unhealthy ozone level.
I'm going to try to get in as quick as I can, and I'm going to avoid driving as much as possible. In fact, I ride the bus.
The system is in place to trap things in and keep them here.
The city's air quality management district is getting the word out, from radio to a website with advice urging folks to drive less and avoid exposure.
Prolonged exposure to ozone does damage your lungs. It is pretty much a sunburn on your lung tissue, and over time, it makes you more susceptible to serious illness.
Bottom line, it looks bad, and it's bad for us. Well, as we mentioned, it's the 17th Spare the Air Day of the season in Sacramento, and experts say that is about average for this time of year. In Sacramento, Dion Anglin, News 10.
Well, the heat isn't making the job any easier for firefighters, and it's not doing our air much good either. It's another Spare the Air Day around the Sacramento area, which means air quality is in the unhealthy range. You are advised to stay indoors if you can and avoid unnecessary errands in your car. And in addition to all that, try to stay cool. Going to be tough, though, because it's going to be another scorcher today. And Alyssa Lynn is joining us from Cal Expo with details on that. Alyssa?
Hi, Amy. Yeah, the air quality not in great shape today, but even though we've had 17 or 18 Spare the Air days issued, only 8 times have we exceeded the federal guidelines. So those voluntary requests that are being put out to reduce your emissions seem to be working. The air quality for today, unhealthy, 100, the PSI forecast for Sacramento, and in Stockton, Modesto, the reading today will be an 81. So try not to use your gas lawnmowers or drive your car around this afternoon. Look at these current temperatures. At this noon hour, we're already well into the 80s. Sacramento is at 89 degrees. Stockton and Modesto both at 85. In Fairfield, it's 81, and at Lake Tahoe at this hour, 79 degrees. I'm standing in front of the Tulare County exhibit, the state's #1 milk-producing county. We're in Building B, and we'll have the 7-day outlook live from Cal Expo coming up in just a couple of minutes. Amy?
All right, Alyssa, thanks, and we'll check back with you later for more.